expend the grant funds as awarded and to apply for and accept all subsequent grant awards, if any, pertaining to the grant and declaring an emergency. 27 is an ordinance approving and authorizing interlocal agreement between the City of Houston, Harris County, for the Harris County Sheriff's Office personnel to authorize freeway non-consent tows from certain freeways within the city limits in Harris County and declaring an emergency. 28 is an ordinance approving and authorizing first amended and restated safe, clear freeway towing and emergency road service agreements to be executed by the City of Houston, and 15 contractors, authorizing the mayor to execute a first amended and restated safe, clear freeway towing and emergency road service agreement with each operator and declaring an emergency. 29 is an ordinance approving and authorizing various vendor contracts between the City of Houston and 22nd Century Technologies Incorporated, 2 COMC Technology Corporation doing business, CST Corporation, 3 Layer 3 Communications LLC, 4 Management Applications Incorporated, 5 NetSync Network Solutions, 6 Recruiting Source International LLC, and 7 Sigma Technology Solutions Incorporated for the purpose of obtaining professional services and infrastructure support for the Houston Information Technology Services Department and declaring an emergency. 30 is an ordinance appropriating $2,352,400 out of the Equipment Consolidated Acquisition Fund for professional services and infrastructure support for the city's enterprise infrastructure services. 31, ordinance awarding contract to Northrop Grumman Systems Corporation for computer-aided dispatching software maintenance and professional services for the Houston Information Technology Services, providing a maximum contract amount and declaring an emergency. 32 is an ordinance appropriating $220,400 out of the Equipment Acquisition Consolidated Fund, amending Ordinance 2015-629 to increase the maximum contract amount for contract between the city and Cronus Incorporated for system maintenance upgrades and support services for the automated time and attendance system for the Houston Information Technology Services Department and declaring an emergency. 33 is an ordinance allocating $1,488,596.64 out of previously appropriated TERS Affordable Housing Fund under Ordinance 2017-759 and $1,142,163.36 out of previously appropriated TERS Affordable Housing Fund by Ordinance 17-860 for a total of $2,630,760 for the build-out of the leased premises under the lease agreement described herein, providing $8,539,682 in community development block grant funds for rental and other costs associated with the lease agreement, approving and authorizing lease agreement between Midtown Central Square LLC as landlord and the city as tenant for spaces at the property located 2100 Travis Street for 10 years to be used by the Housing and Community Development Department. 34, 34 is an ordinance appropriating $906,000 out of the Parks Consolidated Construction Fund and $2 million out of the Park Special Fund, awarding a construction contract to the Gonzalez Group LP for Sharpstown Pool and Site Work, making findings and declaring an emergency. 35, ordinance awarding construction contract to Alliance Industrial and Commercial Services, LLC for Lake Houston Wilderness Park Archery Range Phase 1, making findings and declaring an emergency. 36, ordinance appropriating $570,233.88 out of the Water and Sewer System Consolidated Fund, approving and authorizing an advance funding agreement between the city and the Texas Department of Transportation for the US 90A waterline relocation, providing funding for CIP cost recovery relating to construction of the facilities and declaring an emergency. A 37 is an ordinance approving and authorizing interlocal agreement between the City of Houston and Harris County for road, bridge, street, and storm sewer construction and rehabilitation projects and declaring an emergency. 38, ordinance approving and authorizing public improvement development agreement between the city and the West Chase District for right-of-way acquisitions and declaring an emergency. 39, municipal setting designation ordinance prohibiting the use of designated groundwater beneath a tract of land containing 11.815 acres, commonly known as 6502 Russ Street, supporting issuance of a municipal setting designation by the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality at the request of GYM Limited, Ltd., and declaring an emergency. 40 is an ordinance appropriating $160,584.15 out of the Metro Projects Construction DDSRF as an additional appropriation to construction management and inspection services contract between the city and Hewitt Zollers Incorporated for Homestead Road grade separation at Union Pacific Railroad tracks. 41 is an ordinance amending Ordinance 2014-649 to increase the maximum contract amount to the professional engineering services contract between the city and ACOM Technical Services Incorporated for engineering services to support drinking water operations for treatment and distribution, sustainability support, and declaring an emergency. Items 42 through 53 are additional appropriations out of various funds for professional materials and engineering laboratory agreements with various companies. I'm going to read the item number and the company name. 42 is Alliance Laboratories Incorporated. 43 is Astor LP. 44 is Alevis Engineering Corporation. 45 is Austin Reed Engineers LLC. 46 is Geoscience Engineering and Testing Incorporated. 47 is Geotest Engineering Incorporated. 48 is Gradana Engineering Services Incorporated. 49 is HTS Incorporated Consultants. 50 is JRB Engineering LLC. 51 is Professional Services Industries Incorporated. 52 is QC Laboratories Incorporated. And 53 is Terracon Consultants Incorporated. 54 is an ordinance appropriating $337,834.63 out of the Street and Traffic Control and Storm Drainage DDSRF as an additional appropriation to an advance funding agreement between the City and Texas Department of Transportation for the Gellhorn Drive project, providing funding and making findings and declaring an emergency. 55, ordinance appropriating $486,071 out of the Metro Construction Other Fund as an additional appropriation to construction contract between the city and Tycon Group Incorporated for Safe Sidewalk Program, making findings and declaring an emergency. 56, ordinance appropriating $2 million out of the Street and Traffic Control and Storm Drainage DDSRF as an additional appropriation to construction services contract between the city and T Construction LLC for FY 2017 local drainage projects construction work orders number 1 and declaring an emergency. 57, ordinance appropriating $2,310,600 out of Metro Construction Other, awarding contract to DG Medina Construction LLC for Safe Sidewalk Program Work Order Authorization Project, making findings and declaring an emergency. Item 58, 59, and 60 are franchise ordinances. I'll read the first one and then the name of the other two. 58 is an ordinance granting to Diamond Pressure Washing, Texas sole proprietorship, the right, privilege, and franchise to collect, haul, and transport solid waste and industrial waste from commercial properties located within the city pursuant to Chapter 39 Code of Ordinances, providing for related terms and conditions and making certain findings related thereto. 59 is Marsden South LLC, and 60 is Silva Building Specialist Incorporated, doing business as Sterling Building Specialist. Items 58, 59, and 60 require 3 readings. These are second readings. That's the end of the consent agenda. Under matters held, 61 is a resolution adopting the City of Houston Hazard Mitigation Plan. And 62 is a resolution amending Resolution 2015-5 to expand the boundaries of the Near North Side Community Revitalization Area to include the Near North Side Community Revitalization Area in the city, so that the expanded area will be a priority revitalization area for housing tax credit investments by the state of Texas. 63 is a resolution identifying Fulton Lots, a proposed development for affordable rental housing to be located at the southwest corner of Fulton Street and Robert Lee Road in the city of Houston, as contributing more than any other to the concerted revitalization efforts of the city in the Near North Side Community Revitalization Area. 64 is a resolution confirming the city's support for certain proposed developments of affordable rental housing, each located in the city of Houston despite their proximity to active railroad tracks. 65 is an ordinance approving, authorizing Second Amendment to contract between the city and the Women's Home to extend the term of the contract and add $100,000 in community development block grant funds for the continuing operation of a homeless services program and declaring an emergency. 66 is an ordinance approving, authorizing First Amendment to contract between the city and Coalition for the Homeless, good morning, of Houston, Harris County for the administration and operation of the Rapid Rehousing Case Management Intermediately Program and declaring an emergency. 67 is an ordinance authorizing the transfer of various funds and approving the expenditure of the funds from the PEW and EWPP Construction Fund for services associated with the Northeast Water Purification Plant Expansion Project, approving and authorizing a Fifth Amendment to the Design-Build Agreement between the city and Houston Waterworks Team, a joint venture between CH2M Hill Engineers Incorporated and CDM Construction Incorporated for the project, and amending Ordinance 2015-1260 to increase the maximum project amount and declaring an emergency. Also, there was a supplemental posting. It's item 68. It's an ordinance ratifying and approving an agreement for incident response, credit monitoring, and related services between the city and All Clear ID Incorporated for the City of Houston Human Resources Department, providing a maximum contract amount, making findings, and declaring an emergency. That completes the reading of the agenda for the City Council session, February the 28th, 2018. Stay tuned for a session of the Houston City Council scheduled to begin at 9 a.m. And remember, always drive safely, drive friendly, and have a great day.